low on water, who will find the trailhead first? Let's check it out. Alright, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy, and today I'm going to be showing you a game that's on Kickstarter right now that is a throw in the backpack kind of game. Now recently I just got back from going camping with my two boys in Cub Scouts, and I wish that I would have been able to take this game with us because it actually is the perfect travel game. It comes in this little tin. There's not that much setup. There's not a whole lot of pieces that you could lose, and it plays pretty quickly. So let me kind of tell you how the game plays, and then you can decide if this is a game that you want to back. In Trailhead, you are going to be going down a trail trying to survive in the wilderness. Now, the first thing that's kind of fun is they tell you to find any kind of piece outdoor to be your player piece. But basically, you are going to be going down a trail and then trying to survive as you roll these dice. Now, my favorite version of the game, they have multiple ways to set it up, but there's this one called the Lost Dutchman's Mine. And so this is one where you go down to the Dutchman's Mine and then you try to get back. So the first person to do that wins. So know that in the instruction booklet, there are a number of different ways to play the game. But as you go across the trails, you're going to encounter either easy, medium, or hard terrain that you're going to go across. And so as you reveal what they are, you're going to find out if you chose the right trail or not. But on your turn, you're simply going to roll the dice, and kind of in a Yahtzee style, you get to re-roll 3 times. So I would pick which ones that I want to keep. I could re-roll and continue on. Now, how do you move forward? You need these trail markers. And so if you get 3 of these trail markers, then you move forward a spot. And you'll also need water. Each one of the different types of terrain, easy, moderate, and hard, tell you how much water that you have to use. So if you end your turn on a hard terrain, it's going to cost you 3 water to do that. But what makes the game fun, because if that's all it would just be kind of rolling the dice, but they have these survival cards that come in the game. And so these survival cards, you either have something that you could use every single turn, or you could have single-use cards. And these do all kinds of things. They could be something that has to do with your opponent. It could be something that could help you immediately, like maybe you get 4 extra water. Whew, that's awesome. Or maybe it could be your opponent has to stop and they lose a turn. Or the things that happen throughout the entire game could be something like every single round you could change one of the die results to be something different. And that's awesome. And I really would encourage you, as you play the game, spend your compass points to get these early on, because it could totally change the rest of your game. And ultimately, you can't run out of water, so make sure that never happens. But then they also have these explore cards, which you are probably not going to like. But if anybody ever rolls the same 3 symbols on their first roll, then you reveal a new explore card, and these can be good or bad. Most of the time when I've encountered them, they've been pretty bad. It could be something like making an easy terrain be a hard terrain, or a hard terrain an easy terrain, or it could be take it or leave it. Rerolls must be with all 3 dice, and so every time you re-roll, you just got to keep rolling with all 3 dice. So they add replayability in the game based off of the survival cards and the explore cards. This is not a complicated game, but it is probably everything I want in a game that I would throw in my backpack to go camping, especially if I'm going camping or going hiking with people that aren't into board games very much or want something fun. This is definitely a game that I could see on the shelf of every state park, and people would, I think they'd be happy with their purchase if they picked this up. So there's enough choices along the way, but it's not complicated. I don't know. I would recommend it. It's called Trailhead.